One more time for Moon Day Clementine, everybody. That's fun as stuff, I think. Alright, free balling tonight. How's everyone doing?
Yeah.
Just about wrapped up. Thanks for your patience tonight. Actually, I really love you guys. You're funny, and I can get half of you stoned in like one bowl, so that's fantastic. I decided tonight I'm finally going to talk about being an enthusiast real briefly, because it does just make the night go by so much nicer. Actually, I don't think I wrote anything about it, so let's not talk about it. Just start off with, yeah, that is good stuff. Okay, so I did want to bitch about Next Generation tonight, because it's on Netflix and I was watching again. I got some geeky buddies who, I hope y'all know the privates of Skyrim and Saints Row, respectively, are unattended tonight, because these guys came out, and I appreciate them tearing themselves away for that. But I'll talk about video game real quick, because I really like the morality of video games. I really wish life was a lot more like it, because if you're playing Skyrim right now, well, if you're not, I'll explain it to you. If you are, you already know this. When you're going to do something that's bad, it's in red. You're going to be stealing. If you can just pick something up, it's in white. It's okay to take. And other than that, there's no sense behind it at all. You'll go in a house and it's like, oh, leave that guy's carrots alone. But you go in another house and he's got like a battle axe sitting there. It's like, yeah, help yourself. And I wish life was as clear as video games, because I always feel like if I'm trying to get ahead at all, I might be ripping somebody off. Like Mom was a real hippie and kind of try to put in a real, very peaceful morality and non-competitive morality. So immediately I back off of stuff when it's a competition where it might be like a little tricky. And I hate that, because I know there's like 6 levels I could be getting away with, and according to my friends, 5 of those levels wouldn't actually be a bad thing, but there's no red letters underneath it that tells me that, so I don't ever go for it. I'll give you an example. I quit drinking a few years back, but I still like to go out to the bars, because the ladies, they have a poor sense of decision making when they're at bars. Then they do it like, I don't go anywhere else other than my living room in Winco. So Winco. I never quite know, because you'll be at the bar, you're talking, and ooh, she really likes me. Oh, she really likes something. She's very friendly. And there's no red letter underneath that says, do you want to date rape this girl? Or white lettering underneath that says, do you want a one-night stand? I don't know where the level is there. So I think if we could just get some red lettering in our day-to-day lives, I'd be a lot happier. And that's a Skyrim joke for you. Screenshots. We've been taking over the internet. We have used half of the bandwidth that the internet has to take pictures of where we've been in an imaginary world for the last week. So I can't stop talking about it. It sucks. I really should have done something else this week so I'd have more jokes. But I did watch a little bit of Next Generation on Netflix, because it's back up again. Jean-Luc sending the Enterprise D around the galaxy. It's the diplomat of Star Trek. I thought it was really cool because it was my first Star Trek, but now you look back at it, Janeway was stealing technology across the Delta Quadrant, and Sisko was punching Q right in the face, and Picard looks like a wimp, He wasn't Professor X then, he didn't actually have mind powers. So I was watching Next Generation, but the real thing that got me, because I was starting from the beginning, is they spent the first season talking about, okay, so we've got this really cool trick that we can do with the Enterprise, because it has a crew of thousands, families on board. So when we're going to be in danger, we can separate the saucer section and send it off and just fly into battle in the battle section. And they did that in like the first episode, because the weird jellyfish being was shooting from the planet. Star Trek is fucking awesome. And then they never do it again. They like mentioned it a couple of times and they're like, no, we don't have time for that. Because apparently the effect costs too much to run again. Now, if you make a special effect, you shouldn't have to pay just to do it again real quick. You just stick the film clip that you used in that first episode in again. I mean, that's, Knight Rider did it for 7 seasons. But the only time they ever end up doing it again is at the beginning of season 4, end of season 3, Battle with the Borg, Best of Both Worlds. Jean-Luc's been taken by the Borg and been turned into one. And they don't even fucking use it to get the children out of danger. They use it as a shield to shoot phasers underneath. That doesn't seem like the responsible way to have a starship with thousands. So that's my bitch about Star Trek The Next Generation for tonight. I thought I had news. Oh, I was going to tell some stuff that I said last week, so I'm sorry that 3 of you that are still paying attention that were here last week, but I was bitching about the future. I'm going to make this shorter tonight. We never get the future. Humankind doesn't get to enjoy the future that we were promised as quickly as I'd like. We were promised flying cars, no flying cars. Promised jetpacks. I mean, you know, like that's bullshit. That's not what they had in the Rocketeer. But I've been listening, especially to more people when we're doing the stand-up thing, and I realized we never get the future because we won't use it responsibly. We get something new, and the first thing we do with it is pornographic. You get Facebook, the first thing you do is go looking for your old girlfriends to see if they're ready for that, you know, after session. You get the internet, you go looking for porn. That's why we can't have flying cars, because people will be doing some sick shit out of the top of it and land on us, okay? That's why we can't have robots, because 2 days later, there will be the first fatality because the human tried to rape the robot, and the robot ripped its head off. That's how the books work. So that's, yeah. No, screw robots. Robots more fun. But we'll never get the future because the first thing you want to do is stick your dick in. So you're not allowed. And then the other thing I worked on, and I think I'll wrap it up, is excellent. Okay.
Lando Calrissian.
I wrote Lando Calrissian's personal ad because Lando, if you don't remember, first appeared in episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Billy Williams. I just thought it'd be fine to write some personal for him. I had a better setup for this last time, but let's just do this. Thinly mustachioed, cape wearing, former import exporter, current city administrator, looking for a down to Tatooine girl to come live in the clouds with me. Go for that. So I think, I don't know if that was it, but I don't have anything else new that I want to do right now. So that's going to be it for tonight, but thank you so much for coming. I think our next comedian is, he gave me your real name. Which one do you want tonight?
The best one.
Okay. Bruce Campbell is coming up to the stage next. Bruce Campbell of Evil Dead and Burn Notice fame will be joining us on stage next. So, my cat, this is my cat is named Briscoe. Because that was the best. If you've never seen, 30 seconds. If you've never seen Briscoe County Jr., the entire series was 1 season on Fox, like the first year or two that they had the station, Fox. And it actually had a couple of the producers who ended up running Lost. And it was supposed to be like this really jokey, like Wild West, like the old Wild Wild West thing with Bruce Campbell as a lawyer who'd rather be a bounty hunter. But like from the first episode, you could tell that these guys that would go on to do Lost were huge geeks. Because it's not just satisfying to have a wisecracking cowboy who's hunting down bad guys and chasing his horse that he can talk to, but they also put in this mystical, magical orb, and then, I hate to spoil you, the orb rods, you could get power from the orb rods. I was like 10, and I knew that was inappropriate. And yeah, it just, if you want to go see something that like is surprisingly, extremely nerdy and time travel and shit, Go watch Briscoe County Jr. and get some young Bruce Campbell in your system. Thank you so much for letting me reign tonight. I'm Dylan Cole. Coming up the stage next is not Bruce Campbell. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody. It's Raoul Thompson. Drum, ladies and gentlemen.